Transformers of Eternia.
You're watching Transformers of Eternia. Now today I wanted to talk a little bit about the Transformers 1 movie images and the designs and all the stuff around this, since we're getting closer to September when the movie is getting released. So I just kind of want to talk about this stuff in the lead up. And I also want to talk about the YOLO Park figures that are coming out for this movie actually. But before I do that, if you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button. And hit that subscribe button if you want to see more videos like this. And thank you for checking out my channel. Now back to the show. Okay, so we got the Transformers 1 cast. We know it's Elita 1, Optimus Prime, Bumblebee, and Megatron when they're young, and we're just going to follow these characters, which is kind of a decent cast to follow, I guess. But yeah, it's I don't know, I'm still getting used to Prime having a mouth all the time. I don't know why, but I understand this is Orion Pax, basically. I don't know if they call him that. I hope he's called that in the movie, but anyway, but yeah, you get sequences like this. I'm sure this is at the end of the movie when you get Optimus Prime facing off against Megatron. But I think that the movie looks better than I thought recently. I've been starting to think more about this movie and be kind of more curious. And that's actually a good thing, because I'm a G1 guy, and I'm sorry, I know a lot of people grew up in the Bayverse times and all that stuff. So okay, that's fine. If that's your Transformers and that's how you got into it, that's cool too. I have no problem as long as you become a Transformers fan and we all like Transformers. That's cool. But I mean, don't be hating on me because I'm a G1 person and you're a Bayverse person, because you know we both love the franchise. Why can't, I mean, we need to unite underneath that, you know. But as a G1 person, of course, I'm old, and, you know, I see Bumblebee and I go, okay, this Bumblebee in this movie, his head doesn't have horns on it, which is very different from the Bumblebee that we're used to seeing. But I mean, in the movies, like the Bayverse movies, he never had horns either. He had these little wing things that kind of flopped around like dog ears and kind of did whatever. So it's kind of weird. And I'm just nitpicking, because this is really about the only bad thing I really have to say about this thing. Other than there's a lot of comedy, and Bumblebee's voice drives me nuts. It doesn't seem like the right voice to me. But at least he has a voice. I'll give him that, because he doesn't have like that plug in his mouth like that he always has in in the Bayverse movies. He always looks like he has a plug in his mouth the whole time throughout the whole movie. And it's like, well, I know why he can't talk, because he's got this plug in his mouth. But it's whatever. It's just, that's my complaint. I mean, it's just obviously you could see, you know, how there's a big difference between the Bumblebee faces and designs. And you know how the producer of the Michael Bay universe, which is the producer of this, you know how he is. He's obviously going to say it's all part of the Bayverse, because he says that during every movie, no matter what director says it's not, it's a different canon, a different universe, a different thing. He always shows up and he always says, oh, this is part of the Bayverse. You know, it's all part of the same old thing. You know, eventually this will end up lining up with the 2007 movie. And it's like, come on, man, can you please get past it? We can have a different universe now. Can we please have a different Transformers for once, instead of connecting it all? I mean, the continuity is all messed up anyway. In the Bayverse, even, in just those movies alone, the continuity is just all over the place. There's just no way everything changes in those movies depending on what movie you watch. So let's not add it to the continuity. Let's just say it's its own thing and have a totally different thing. Let's just say we're starting over from Transformers 1, the beginning, all over again, a new continuity of the Transformers movies anyway. So let's just stick with that. Okay, so all my ranting aside, I'm sorry about that. It's just that producer guy gets really on my nerves. I don't know why. He just has to come out and say stuff. I just want to hear what the directors, you know, the creators are thinking. You know, I get the producers got the money and all the stuff, but I like to hear what the directors are thinking freely without their controller coming out and telling them what to say. So anyway, speaking about the positives now, I really enjoy the fact that we're getting Shockwave and Soundwave and Starscream, and we're gonna get that obviously. But it's just I'm really interested to see how these creators of this movie writing it. I wonder if they give us a backstory on how Soundwave became the favorite, like the guy that worships the Decepticon thing with Megatron. He basically worships Megatron, and how Shockwave becomes this. I don't know. I just want to see how they kind of find their place in the Decepticon empire or whatever, I guess. But you get to see these cool images like this in the commercials, and I'm not going to go through every image or whatever, but I'm just saying my favorites are Soundwave, Starscream, Shockwave, Megatron, the main villains. I just love all of those guys. Soundwave's one of my favorites, but he's a little bit more boxier than I used to, or he just kind of looks a little weird, but I don't think he looks terrible anyway. But I'd like to see them actually do the characters in this movie, all a bunch of the actual characters. Hopefully we get a lot more Autobots than we're seeing. I'm sure we will. But I'd like to see more Autobots and not have them have goofy voices and just kind of dumb. I want people to take these things serious, because for me, it looks like the War for Cybertron video game, almost, not exactly, but you get a lot of that feel, and I like the idea that we're on Cybertron. I like all the stuff that's around this movie. I just kind of wish that they would have filmed it in more realistic and done it like the Bumblebee movie, where it's actually on Cybertron and it looks like cinematic, real images, But I get it. They wanted to do a CGI version of the movie, like a Pixar film or something. I just hope that they don't keep the goofiness and all that stuff all the time. I hate it when a movie basically makes a story that has serious elements happening in it, and then all of a sudden, after somebody dies, it's horrible death and it's a major character, and then all of a sudden somebody makes a joke. I hate it when that happens, like Thor Ragnarok, when the planet is completely destroyed. It's just a joke, and it's like, come on, we need that moment to actually have this movie set for a minute and wait a minute and go, this is not a joke. This is very serious. If we're taking these things serious, these are one group versus another group, and I mean two-party system, which is kind of scary. But anyway, and they're going to literally go to war with each other, and this is the end of their planet, basically. So this is not just a joke. It's a very serious thing if you actually honor the story and the characters properly. This is very serious for them to lose their whole world over a political dispute, basically. I'm not trying to be political here. I'm just saying that that's what this is. This is one side versus the other. There's only two sides. And then the Quintessons, I wonder how they're going to work that in with this whole thing as well. Because I haven't been paying too much attention to the trailers, because I want to be surprised, because I think I will go to see this. I wasn't actually going to go see it. When I first heard of it, I'm like, oh, it's going to be another one of those movies. Another Transformers movie. They'll do a bunch of characters that are cool, and then they'll make Wheeljack a complete goofball that doesn't even act like the Wheeljack we got in the previous movie at all. But that's just my point of view. I know people get mad at me if I say that, but that's the truth. How can you have a character that looks like Wheeljack in one movie, and in the very next movie he looks nothing like him, doesn't even sound like him, doesn't even act like him? It's just a goofball. You don't even take the character serious. So anyway, we don't need a Jar Jar Binks in every movie, okay? We just don't. So the thing is, I think that this movie will probably do well. I'm hoping it does well, because I really would like to see a Transformers 2 and a Transformers 3, since they started it with number names and all that stuff. But that being said about the movie, yeah, I'm going to go see it. Okay, I'm sure most of you guys are probably going to go see it. It doesn't matter. My point is, it's a good movie, and whether it's big or not, I don't care. I will probably like a good chunk of it. I don't know if I'll like all of it. Who knows? The continuity is kind of something that's scary for me, because I'm worried that these people are not going to understand the Transformers, and they're going to try to change the story so drastically that we'll be like, what? But we'll see. I have hope, okay? I'm going to be hopeful about this one, even though the last couple of movies have had issues in them that I was like, well, they could have done things a little different, or but anyway. Okay, so we got cogless Orion Pax in this YOLO Park design that we get. These are non-transforming Transformers. But this company is really cool because I got the Optimus Prime and the Megatron, like the G1 style ones for this. Like they're bigger ones. They're like the $50 versions. But like this one here is going to be $14.99 from what I could see. And when he gets upgraded to being like Optimus Prime or whatever, then that's going to be like the $30 version, like scale or whatever that they do of these, which is cool and everything. But they come with extra hands and all that stuff, it looks like, for these. The actual bigger ones that you get for like the G1 style, the $50 ones, you actually get bent posable hands and stuff, it looks like. So that's kind of cool. At least the ones I got did anyway. But you get this backpack. I think this is like a jet pack that he gets in the I think he gets that in the trailer and everything. So you kind of seen that before. But you get this. This is the upgraded version where it's the cogged mode, Optimus Prime or whatever. So you get this and you get the hands and everything, the pointing fingers and all that. And he gets that cool gun. I actually like that gun. It looks like something from Halo, actually. But yeah, you get him like that or whatever. He doesn't actually have the mouthpiece over his mouth, though. So I don't know. I'm assuming in the movie he probably won't have his mouthpiece up until he just goes into battle and that's it. So we're getting Optimus Prime really without the mouth cover. I don't know what you call that. The mouth protector, the COVID mask. I don't know what you call it. But anyway, you get that look of him without the mask, obviously. So I don't know. We're gonna see him a lot like that, I imagine, in the movie. But I guess that's the way it's going to be. But I really like this version of him a lot more. I really do enjoy I think these look cool. And they're going to look cool on a shelf if you just have them all together, I think. But yeah, this is the D16. I have to get it correct because I don't want to call him Megatron yet. But anyway, this is the cogless mode, obviously. This is them before they get their transformation cogs or whatever. And once again, they give them the space, like the flying jetpack or whatever, which is interesting, I guess, because they apparently don't fly like the Decepticons don't fly. Well, I don't know. We got to see the movie to see how they're going to do this, where the Decepticons fly, if they even have a thing that they show of that in the movie. I don't know if they're going to do that. But anyway, you get Megatron here looking very simple, and I don't really like this design of Megatron or the Orion Pax. I'm not a really big fan of the way that they designed them. They just look too skimpy. Like they have super long legs and they have these skimpy little arms, but once they upgrade, they look a lot better. So I get what they're doing. They're kind of showing the progression of how they become from one place to another. I mean, I do like this here with the Megatron and the giant arm, the gun and everything on the arm. I wish it was a little more G1 looking, but it looks better. I'm talking about the cannon anyway. But yeah, he looks great here. I really like this. This is a cool looking Megatron. So I want to probably get this, I think. But yeah, this is the $30 version, which is obviously, like I said before, this does not transform, but this is like screen accurate version of him, which is very cool. And these are very posable and they look very nice, I think. But I do enjoy this Megatron. I really like it. I think this thing is I don't know how big these things are, how the scale wise. Maybe they're like a deluxe scale or a Voyager scale. I don't know what they are. But they look cool, and I'm really enjoying these Megatron and Optimus Prime versions of this so far. And it's something I'm thinking about actually buying. I do believe that these things are worth picking up because just the way that they can pose and do all these cool little action poses and stuff. So you get the Bumblebee here, obviously, and this is him, obviously, without the cog again. And I'm not sure what that yellow thing is. Oh, that may be his like welding helmet or whatever that he has in like the beginning of the commercial, maybe. I don't know. But you get that, and you get the jetpack, and you get all the hands and everything. The same old thing. And you get the cog. I keep forgetting to mention that. There is that little cog thing that goes into his chest, it looks like. So you get these extra little things. And I guess I shouldn't call him Bumblebee. It's B-127, making him exactly like he was in the Bumblebee movie. Which makes me wonder if, yes, they're going to tie this to the Bumblebee movie, and they're also going to tie it to the Bayverse. You know how that producer loves to do that, so that's probably what's going on. But I get it, the B-127 or whatever, I get it. They don't want to call him Bumblebee, because I don't know how many Bumblebees they have on Cybertron. So I can get that. I imagine they're just going to call him B through the movie for the most part, because that seems to be what they're doing a lot now. But yeah, this looks great. I think it looks a lot better here with Bumblebee. He looks a lot more interesting and more bulked up when you see him with his upgraded mode, obviously, with the cogged mode. And then he's still B-127, but eventually will become Bumblebee. And this is starting to look a little bit closer to what you get in the Bumblebee movie, which is this is kind of proving my point that this is going to be tied together with the Bumblebee movie, and it's going to be tied to him getting his Camaro eventually, and then him becoming part of the crew in the 2007 Bayverse. You know, that I'm not trying to complain about that, but it seems like they're trying to tie everything together, even in little nods here and there. But I think this Bumblebee looks cool. He kind of reminds me of the War for Cybertron Bumblebee, which is very cool. I just like it when he keeps the head with the mouth, okay? That's my biggest thing with Bumblebee is give him a mouth, let him talk, please, you know? So here we go. We got Elita 1, which I would just call her Ariel at this point. I don't know why they didn't do that. But anyway, I think that's what she was called. Anyway, Ariel becomes Elita 1. So this is her without her cog, and obviously you get the jetpack again. The jetpack is, I guess all of them have to have a jetpack in the movie or something. So anyway, you get that. Kind of wish she had some kind of a weapon, you know, but I guess when they're uncogged, they don't really need to fight because there's no war yet until the Quintessons come or whatever, I imagine. But yeah, this is just basically, this is Ariel. Let's just be honest. It's not Elita 1 until she becomes Elita 1. This is the thing that's makes me worry about them changing continuity in the movie, because it makes me wonder that they didn't realize, like they don't know the history of Transformers and they're just kind of making it up. But anyway, that's what we get. This is considered Elita 1, and this looks cool, and I'm glad we got Elita 1 and everything. This is her upgraded to actually being Elita 1, which she should be, with her cog and everything in, and she has everything's all more bulked up and looks better. She's got the same gun, you know, the Halo weapon, but the gun that Optimus Prime gets, basically, that's what it looks like. It's a cool looking gun, though. I'll give them that. It's an awesome looking gun, and I'm sure they're not making it up. The toy companies or the YOLO Park's not making it up. This is something from the movie, because they do a pretty good job in trying to keep everything looking exactly like it does in the film or in the G1 with their other stuff and with the other movies. They do a great job with their stuff. I think that they're a great company, honestly, and I'm really excited to see what they're going to do in the future. Maybe even around this movie, even maybe other characters or whatever, like Soundwave, Shockwave, Starscream, stuff like that. We'll see what they do. But anyway, that's pretty much everything. I don't want to talk forever. I really covered a lot of different things, and I really didn't need to, but I guess I just wanted to kind of talk about the designs and everything and what I thought. So tell me what you think about these things in the comment section below. Like, share, and subscribe, and thank you for watching.